Life is getting more and more expensive. You probably hear this sentence everywhere in the world. Whether you are in India, the US, or anywhere else on the planet, from your parents or your grandparents. But what is the true cost situation in Germany? What cost traps should you watch out for? And what alternatives are there to save as much money as possible in the land of SAP, BMW, Porsche and Daimler? Alright, then take your backpacker and explore the mountains of expenses together with your German Sherpa. Let's start our hike the lowest cost, until we reach the top of the mountain with the highest cost. Starting with the mandatory German television fee of ARD/ZDF. Anyone complains about, and even if you do not watch German television, you have to pay for it 18 euros a month. If you live in a shared apartment, ask your flatmates about a joint GEZ account to reduce the cost. Next is mobile phone and internet. Here you can explore various options. Consider a flat rate for mobile internet and outgoing calls. To call your beloved ones at home, use WhatsApp calls. Else, international roaming will kill your budget. Consider around 45 euros for mobile and internet connection. Some landlords already provide internet within the gross net. Local gym contract or membership fee of a local sports club. Many cities nowadays already have a cricket team you can join, are about 10 to 30 euros per month. Public transport ticket is depending on the city about 80 to 150 euros. Students of course pay less, and usually their public transport is part of the university semester fees. School kids will get their ticket for free, depending on distance to the school. Schooling in public schools is in general for free. Private international schools will cost about 15 to 20k per year. University fees depend on the respective university. For example, the RWTH Elite University costs about 300 euros per semester. Kindergarten and Kita is depending on each city. Let's say in Aachen, you pay up to 500 euros for the first child, also depending on your income. Second kid comes for free, while in Düsseldorf, Kita is for free in general. Consider that the rent is not gross always. Electricity and heating needs to be paid in addition. For electricity, consider around 50 euros per month for one person. A family requires more when you do daily cooking and food preparation. For heating, there are two variances. Central heating means the heating costs are already part of the additional rental cost, so you pay them directly to your landlord. And if your flat has Etagenheizung, this is what you have to pay separate with a separate contract with an energy provider of your choice. Due to the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, energy costs are still high. Consider at least 1 euro per square meter per month. Avoid old night storage heating units. This could cost you more than the rent for your apartment. The sooner or later you will notice here in Germany that we Germans are very economical when it comes to water and electricity. We always reach the top of the mountain, and now I feel like eating a little sweet in a supermarket. On average, you might spend around 250 euros per person per month on groceries. Prices can vary depending on where you shop. Discounters like Aldi and Lidl are great for budget-friendly options. To save money, buy seasonal products and look for special offers. We are almost near to the top of the mountain of our hike, and we realize it's getting pretty cold around the nose. As soon as you can catch a cold, you're happy to have taken out health insurance with a trustworthy broker who specialized in insurance for expats in Germany like me. For example, in case you didn't know, health insurance is mandatory in Germany. If you have public health insurance, it will cost you about 15.7% of your monthly salary. For a person earning 5k gross, this is around 480 euros monthly from your and the same amount from your employer. Here we suggest to consider a private health insurance when you earn above 70k gross. In addition, insurance such as liability insurance, household contents insurance, accident insurance, occupational disability insurance and motor vehicle insurance are very necessary and sometimes even mandatory in Germany. To explain all of this insurance, it's beyond the scope of this video. To find out more about this topic, you are welcome to register for a free consultation, and I will then help you in a one-on-one appointment. Always compare different plans or make your life easier and book a free initial consultation with me. On our journey, we can almost see the top of the mountain, and we realize it's getting more and more difficult and expensive. One of the most expensive expenses is probably your rent. In order to better explain the rental situation in Germany, I will show you a list of the most important places and their rents. If you are interested in which sources I used for information, you can find out more on the Numbeo website or Statista. You can also find the links to this below in the video description. Cities like Magdeburg and Halle offer very affordable rental prices compared to other German cities. However, the average rent in Magdeburg is below the German average of 8.43 euros per square meter in the first quarter of 2024. So you can say that Magdeburg is one of the cheapest cities in Germany to live in. Not just because of the rent, but also because of its affordable cost of living. In Halle, the average rental price is currently 8.98 euro for a 30 square meter apartment. Away from the large metropolises such as Cologne and Düsseldorf, in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia, there are cheaper rents in smaller cities and rural regions, for example in Bielefeld, Duisburg and Bochum. Here you can expect rents from 7 euros to 10 euros per square meter. In major cities like Berlin or Munich, you can expect much higher rent. In the first quarter of 2024, the asking rents for apartments in Berlin averaged around 18.30 euro per square meter per month. At the same time last year, 12.92 euro had to be paid per square meter. In Munich, around the end of the first quarter 2024, the asking rent for apartments averaged around 21.38 euro per square meter per month, an increase of around 2.9% compared to the same quarter last year. To save on rent, consider living in the suburbs or sharing an apartment. Even though it can be quite tough, you should definitely take your time and look for bargains, because your rent will always be the most expensive expense. Try to find apartments outside official platforms, use expat Facebook groups or company internal bulletin boards. Maybe one of your colleagues moves and his apartment becomes free. Shortly before reaching out to the top of the mountain, I got so hungry and we sat down in a mountain restaurant. Dining out can vary greatly. A meal at an inexpensive restaurant might cost around 10 to 15 euros, while a 3-course meal at a mid-range restaurant could easily 30 to 50 euros. Unfortunately, at the beginning of this year, taxes for catering businesses were raised again from 7% to 19% value-added tax. So the food could even become a little more expensive. To save money, cook at home often and explore cheaper dining options.